let's go over. This is a demo that came out recently. This is called Touhou Makuka Sai. And I've had, as you've known, let me see, I can just move over to the countdown here. And you guys are familiar, I've used this in my countdown for quite a while. This is Makuka Sai 2. This is one based off of Perfect Cherry Blossom. This one is Touhou Makuka Sai 3. This is based off shit. I can't remember the name for it. What it's based off of. Something Phantom. Oh, the Imperishable Night, I think, is what the original is called. But this just came out, and it is honestly one of the best looking shoot 'em ups I've played. I haven't played like a ton of shoot 'em ups, but this is one of the best. Let me see if I can turn down the volume a little bit, and let's get into it. I'm just like looking over some stuff. Like I really like as you can see, the art style for the characters has a really nice flavor to it. I really like this sort of like painted style that they went with the characters for. It's quite nice. You know, it's kind of a little like blurred. It's not like super hard lines. It's very soft. The selection, everything's just done with a great level of detail. And here I'm just working stuff out. And like, if you remember Immortal Manual, talking to it where I said like it didn't have like a really good or a really tight theme, all of this has every stage itself is really tight, and the theme and its color palette, it's really good. Like this, and if you see here, like as you kill the enemies, especially the bigger enemies, you can see the like lantern and the wings. When they explode, they kind of explode in a special like sprite for it. It's not just a generic, not just a generic explosion or effect. It's very personalized, and it's hard to notice. Like you can see like the clothing and because it just like explodes into shreds. It's a really cool, subtle detail that the small details often like make a big difference in the presentation of it. And overall, the stage has a lot of, really like green and yellow. The bottom of the stage looks very nice, the background. And you can see all these fireflies in the background, which will eventually become enemies. I really love when the background tells, a little story. Gives you a preview of what's coming. And like these signs, like the spell cards are a huge part of Touhou. And as you can see, when Nightbug comes in here, they have like a little like effects that pop up along with the character portrait. There's a lot of unique sprites that are used in these attacks that really make them seem unique. Along with, again, a lot of like stars. It's like a nighttime theme, so they have like a star-shaped attacks. They have the fireflies coming in. Let's move on ahead to the actual fight with the first boss here. And they change up the attacks. They have like a lot of different bullets, but they all fit together. Nothing seems really out of place, which was one of my issues with Immortal Manual. Like I have these like little like things that pop up. I don't know what those would be. It almost looked like fruit. But they have a special animation when they're destroyed. A lot of like stars are an important part of the theme. Let me show some more like spell cards here. The game's just absolutely gorgeous. So like look, all these like lines that they do in the designs, like kind of looks like a tree. Just overall, just a gorgeous looking game. But it still feels, they do like a lot of untraditional stuff, but it feels really good. It doesn't seem out of place. Let me show the next stage. This stage was my overall favorite of the demo, just in terms of how it looks and its theme. I'm not super into like the horror, but the fact that how well it looks is it's just phenomenal. Because they have like this really like blue, deep blue in the background. They have like almost like bluish white, along with the red and black. It looks really great. You can see like the little like bushes here of red. They just made it look very good. The sort of creepiness of it. You have these like Japanese, I don't know if they're lanterns or whatever you want to call them. You know, they shoot out the sort of fire coming out of it. And then a ton of unique sprites. You have the skulls. You have those like moths popping out. You have this like weird demon lady shooting out like this blood. Snake head lady. Sort of stuff popping out. Again, like as it explodes, it has a unique explosion for when it dies. And then I love this part. You have the wind and the lanterns lighting up. It's so good. And like you're trying to like observe this as you're dodging a ton of bullets. Is there a way to speed this up? I guess not. There's a ton of different effects. They got a special system, like as you get hit, you can expend 2 bombs to not lose a life, which is nice. But it also, I guess one of the criticisms I see of the game is that it's a little on the easy side. But the harder difficulties haven't been released. There's 2 harder difficulties that are not in the demo. But as you can see here, like the lasers, if you remember the lasers in the like I said in Immortal Manual, were kind of difficult to see. The fact that they do these small details, like they start as transparents and they sort of come into, like as you can see them start to come into visibility. It starts on the outside and sort of solidifies into place. It gives you a lot more time to react. And you can see as like that gets thinner and more defined, that's the indicator that's about to hit, which makes it feel a lot easier to dodge. And it's a lot clearer. It's a lot clearer about communicating where the hitbox on the attack is, which is something I feel like you need to do if you're going to use like more unique and different bullets. You know, rather than like a bullet hell, it's having lasers. You need to communicate very well. Again, more stuff breaking in the background. You need to communicate like what you have to avoid and what you don't have to. And like these weird creepy skeleton ladies shooting out these long streams of things. I guess these umbrellas are supposed to be like a demon in Japan. I really like this bullet effect. It's quite pretty. The red, black, and white. Like I said, all of these things have very strong themes in it. And look visually stunning. And then they made their own like giant sprite work is awesome. The hand-drawn sprites. Everything in this game looks phenomenal. I don't know what the artist did, but they did so much work on this too. Yeah, yokai, Japanese demon. The way all these things look, it's so good. Like I said, this is one of the best looking, if not the best looking, shoot 'em up I've seen. Just the quality of the artwork and how crisp it is. Because like a lot of the older shoot 'em ups are, you know, older games that was released in the height of shoot 'em ups. They're not made for high definition TVs here, like high definition monitors. But all this stuff looks fantastic. Let's see. They got like a little story, but it's whatever. It's not that important. Again, I mentioned the non-traditional things. The fact that it starts really transparent and gets more opaque as it's about to fire off. It's such a great way to communicate, where it's happening, and give you time to sort of move. Because I think the idea of like the lasers, these lasers aren't to like hit you; it's to restrict you to an area. And that, and then you have to dodge these bullets in that restricted area. I get hit. But just all the colors, the color themes in these things, and the bullets, they fit so well together. I think this is what Touhou. I don't know, I haven't played enough Touhou to say like it's the essence of Touhou, but this seems to be like such a great place that Touhou fits in this sort of ecosystem of shoot 'em ups. It's like this is the like sort of really beautiful anime style shoot 'em up. Like I said, like all these like the sound effects, the overall thematics of these lines sort of restricting your movements. It's like a sort of sense of dread. Works out really well. Like every character boss you fight has its own theme. With this kind of like being like some sort of like creepy like blood-stained killer. A lot of different like lines, stuff coming out. It's really awesome. And like, let me move on to the last boss here. I really like the boss too. I think this stage is probably one of my favorite, or probably is my favorite of the demo. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the other. It should probably have 6 stages. What the other 6 stages are gonna bring. Because this looks great. I got like the blood theme, the extra like blood splashing across the screen as it has a sign, as it like showing off its spell card. It's all the little effects in this. They went the extra mile to make it look good. Like this is a very cool. Like they make like those sort of like creepy, kind of like gooey sound effect there as it goes off. Sort of like some like blood, like pus or something like trying to blow up. It looks great. It looks fantastic. And the last boss here showing off. This sort of like a bamboo themed, where you sort of have to invade this, these bunch of like these rabbit girls have this fort set up that you need to break into. So they got different, what's the word? Crossbows or ballistas set up. And like they're flying across as like little like ninjas throwing shurikens. That's the other thing I want to mention. If you look at the shurikens, you can see like how a lot of these bullets are not static. They'll have like different effects on it. Like they shine, they pulsate as they fly across, and it gives them a really like a lively feel to it. Like even if you notice, not to go back too much, but you see like these bullets, the yellow bullets, the way they rotate, and like even as they explode, they have a unique effect going away. But it gives them, or even like these, they sort of pulsate as they fire down at you. It gives it like a sort of energy. It makes it look intense and like alive in a way. Like alive, not in the sense that it's alive, but you kind of get what I'm saying. It has an energy to it that I think definitely adds to the the look of the game. Let me go back to the bamboo forest here. So you break through this bamboo forest, and the final boss is of the demo is this rabbit girl. It's like has like a mochi theme to her. I really like this thing. I'm not able to dodge it all, but like it kind of like creates a maze that you have to move your character through. And I'm hitting several times here because I'm trying to focus dodge instead of just raw dodge it, which is off. I think that one's very fun. You have to like go through here, and they speed up. They have like a little like section here, which this looks a lot more complicated than it is. It's just tap dodging through this, and you're fine. You can see like even they put like the fire effect here to make it look more intense. Stuff flying through, and eventually you get to just look at all the sprite work they put in here, like the little like wood scaffolding, the lanterns, all this detail put into the background of the thing. Even like they have like a little like ceiling that you blow apart, and then you have to blow apart the ballista. It's great. All these little details, they just did a phenomenal job of making it look really good. Let's move on to the boss here. This was like kind of like a mini boss. You have to blow up this giant floating thing, and you get to the boss here. There's a lot of cool spell cards. And she shoots out mochi. So all of her spell cards have this like mochi looking theme. Of course, she also has the support from the other people in the so they made like bullets with like rabbits. They have like a lot of unique bullet shapes rather than just having, you know, circles and those sort of other things, which looks really good. Turtle Town. This was a kind of a unique effect where it freezes you in place. You have to shake your controller to break out before these things eat you. Again, they like have animation of these giant mochi like rabbits with big teeth trying to eat you. Well, you have to also dodge the bullets themselves. It's a lot of fun. And they do it again. So thematically, they just have these great. And then like in between the spell cards, you also have the other rabbits supporting them. Supporting her to fight you off. This is kind of like a weird, the arc and like the after trail make it a little difficult to dodge. It kind of like fools your eyes. Again, very cool. And the final one, final spell card is it's enjoyable, but I can't dodge it worth a crap. You have to kind of like, you're supposed to like weave in between these rotating things. If you don't go fast enough, you end up getting trapped. Like I need to get through that gap right there, but I don't. Luckily my bomb finishes it off, but that is the demo right there. That's only 3 stages, but like I said, a fantastic looking game. It's the demo's free, so you can check it out if you're interested in trying a Touhou game for yourself. And it's actually exceptional. If they have easy, normal, hard, this was hard. So the easy I haven't played, but I assume it's exceptionally easy. The easy modes are always in the Touhou games especially, tend to be extremely easy. So if you want to like sort of get into the genre, it's a very mild way to start it, you know, and then like work your way up to more intense bullet hells. But this game, like I said, probably the best looking shoot 'em up I've seen in the game. If you like the sort of anime aesthetic, just overall the aesthetics of the bullets, it looks really, really good. I'm looking forward to seeing what the full game has to offer.